Howdy, this video here is for anyone in the gifting and homeware space that sells product from the supplier Tonic. And what I'm going to demonstrate is using our AI embedded tools within the software, how quickly and easily you can bring stock information into the system. Now, how we do that is if we go into our invoice arrival screen and click on the AI import button over here, what you do is you come in here and select the particular invoice that you want to import. So as you can see, the PDF copy is on the left-hand side, pretty stock standard invoice. You've got your supplier stock code, your description, your quantities, and so forth. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get AI to analyze that file. Now, what that's doing is that's sending it across to an AI model. It'll bring it back in and populate my grid with all the info it sees on the actual invoice. Now, as you can see here, I haven't had or never sold stock items from this supplier before. So in this case, I'm going to say yes to creating a new supplier. Now, I've changed the details around on this a bit, but it will grab all the supplier details from that invoice. So things like supplier name, address, phone number, ABN, email address, and so forth. And that will bring everything over without me manually doing anything. Now, there's a couple of things on here. So you've got tick if cost price entered on the invoice is including or excluding. So you can change that. And obviously the default department as well. Now, I'm going to say all of this stock item that's on this invoice is under the apparel department, or should I say everything from this supplier is under apparel. So what that does is setting a default department. When I add stock items in, it's automatically going to assign it to that department. If you leave that blank, you can simply select it individually as well. So I'm just going to go finish to that, and now it's bringing the items into my grid, as you can see here. So once it's in the grid, as I said, I've already set the department to be apparel. There may be a couple of things you have to do to this. So firstly, you'll notice that none of these have a barcode. Now, obviously, it's not on the PDF invoice. So what you can do is you can simply click in there and scan the barcode directly into that box. Otherwise, you can simply click on the generate barcode button, and that will generate a barcode for that particular product. So you might have to go through and, as I said, assign those barcodes to the products. Otherwise, there's a couple of smarts about this. You can come down here and go generate all empty barcodes, and that's going to generate a barcode for all the items on the invoice. Now, over here, you may have to give it to a retail price as well. And this will use things like markups, depending on if you've got a markup percentage set in the system. But otherwise, you can just go through there and set your retail price against those products. Once you've got all that data in there, you simply come down here and go add all stock items in, and that's going to add all the stock items into the system, and then it will allow me to do the arrival for this particular invoice. So as you can see here, there's about 22 items on this invoice. If I was sitting there manually typing in supplier stock codes, descriptions, assigning departments, putting in cost price, how many I received, this would probably take me, I don't know, maybe an hour, give or take. As you can see here, take away all my talking, you can have that in the system in less than, a couple of minutes as well. Now, obviously, these items are brand new items. That's why they're all red in the background. So I've never had these items in my database before. But if I go and arrive that invoice again, it'll just ask for updated pricing info, and that's it. So it's going to be a lot quicker process for any reordered stock that you've had in the database before. Now, this is just one supplier. Obviously, 99% of suppliers are going to give you a PDF copy of that invoice. So, I've demonstrated it for Tonic, but this will work for most other suppliers as well. Real game changer. Customers are loving it at the moment. If you wanted to send an invoice and see if it will work with one of your suppliers, by all means, email sales@towersystems.com.au or reach out to Tim or myself, and we'd be happy to demonstrate it and demonstrate our other AR tools. Thanks for watching.